A winter snowfall is just an invitation to go skiing, but snowflakes can be an art form. Take a look at these beautiful photographs. My next guest has made snowflakes his living and an art form. He studies and takes these gorgeous photographs of real snowflakes. Ken Libbrecht is here to show us some of his beautiful pictures and to teach us a few surprising things that we can do with snowflakes right at home. Welcome, Ken. It's very nice to have you here. Great. And so what made you start studying snowflakes? I know as children we're just fascinated with them and we're always looking at them and at frost. But what made you actually really start studying this kind of crystal?
The physics. Well, I got interested in how crystals grow, and that sort of got me in the lab making crystals and ice crystals, snowflakes, and then I started photographing them in the lab, and students started photographing the outside as well.
So you were a professor of history, of physics, and where do you teach?
Caltech.
Oh, you do? Oh, and this is the result. One of the results of your photographs, the beautiful picture book with a wonderful text talking about the structure of snowflakes.
Yeah, it describes lots of different types of snowflakes that fall. There's a wonderful variety of different crystals that fall, and you can just go outside and have a look.
Now, are they different from geographic location to geographic location?
Somewhat.
Would you say?
The weather changes. They're really good when it's especially cold. Yeah. So even colder than it is here now in New York, you get really nice large crystals.
Well, last week we had our first minor snowfall, and yet the snow itself was kind of big and all clumped together.
Yeah.
That's not. Those are many snowflakes.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Clumping because it's too warm. Is that?
Yeah, they usually clump together when it's warm. When it gets colder, they fall more separately, although sometimes they fall separate when it's warm too. So. Well,
let's look at other snowflakes that you've photographed, and can you show us how you photograph and look at them?
Sure. Well, what I have is a special microscope that I put together, and I go outside. No, it's there's a picture coming, I think.
Okay.
And
so that is what, a simple?
That's a simple plate-like crystal. They form hexagonal plates because of the way the molecules hook up. And
so hexagonal is a six-sided crystal.
And here's one that's got arms, and it's got these little ridges.
Now these are real snowflakes, everybody. These are not created by science. These are created by nature.
Yeah, they fall out of the sky. Here's an especially nice one. Yeah.
Oh, how beautiful that is.
That one in Vermont. And
where's that one?
There was some branching.
Do you remember where you photographed which snowflake?
Some of them I remember.
What's the biggest snowflake you ever photographed?
Well, the biggest one was up in Ontario. Northern Ontario is about the size of a dime. This is this one.
That one. Oh.
It's huge. Like I said,
the size
of a dime.
It looks like ferns, pieces of fern all put together.
That is called a fern-like stellar dendrite.
Oh, it is a dendrite. Fern-like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Now, do you have to work in special temperatures in order to do this? Or?
Well, you got to go outside. You got to go in the cold. I have a special microscope that I pack away and take to these remote locations and stand outside and let the crystals fall and you collect them. And
oh, and there's your setup.
There's me out in the snow, yes.
I see, with your van and is that the microscope?
That's the microscope.
And where do you put the crystal?
It's really a lot of fun. No, down under the microscope there. It's a lot of fun because they're all different, and every time you go out, you get to see something different.
Is it true that there has never been a snowflake that is like any other snowflake?
Well, they're all very different, and the growth is very sensitive to temperature and other conditions. And so when you go outside, they're just there's some.
But of the billions and billions and billions of snowflakes that have fallen, no two are alike.
Well, you can calculate how many possible ways there is to make a snowflake, and it's way bigger than all the atoms in the universe. And so it's a large number. So no, they're all the same.
Isn't that?
I mean, they're all different.
They're all different. None of them are the same.
None of them are the same.
Well, show us how to preserve a snowflake because Dr. Ken, can we call you Dr. Ken?
If you wish.
The snowflake man. He has preserved a real snowflake in this glass slide in this little box. Was this a particularly fabulous snowflake? Or
it's a very nice looking snowflake. Yeah.
Can I look at it, or I can't really?
There's the picture.
Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh.
A little blurry picture of it.
That's a beautiful one. Is that a dendrite also?
Yep, also a stellar dendrite.
Stellar dendrite.
And you can preserve these. What you do is with super glue. You can put them on.
How did you figure that out?
Well, we got a little demo here.
Okay, let's see.
I'll show you how it's done. So first, the hard part is you got to get some snowflakes.
Right.
So it has to snow, and you let them fall. And we're not using real snowflakes. We have some surrogate snowflakes.
Because we don't have
little
any
paper
snow.
cutouts.
Right.
And get a glass slide.
Now you can't pick up a snowflake. It has to be falling and be captured.
Better. We do pick it up.
Oh, you do?
But what we do is they fall on a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
And you get a paintbrush like this one. You have a
okay.
paintbrush here. And in our case, we're going to get them wet. But you don't need to. The snowflakes actually stick to the paintbrush. And you actually go outside, you let them fall on a piece of cardboard, and you could pick them up with your paintbrush. You got yours. Drop it onto a slide.
This is like gold leafing, you know. When you're working with gold leaf, it's sort of like with the elusive snowflake.
That's right. And you drop it onto a slide like that.
Okay.
And it's really pretty easy to do because they stick to the brush. And then you take some super glue.
Now, does this have to be frozen or very, very cold?
It has to be outside in the cold.
Okay, same temperature.
Same temperature. Okay. Everything, all this is done out in the cold.
Okay.
So, and you put a drop of super glue right on top of the snowflake.
All over, to completely cover it?
That's right. In our case, a really big drop because it's a big snowflake, because it's a piece of paper.
Okay.
And then you put another slide on top of that, and it will preserve the snowflake.
And you don't want any fingerprints, right?
Yeah, you try not to put too many fingerprints on it. And then the trick is you got to let the glue harden, and that because it's very cold, it takes a while. So you put that in your freezer for about a week.
Oh.
And then it will harden. And once it's done and hard, you can take it out of the freezer, and it'll sit here.
Now, wouldn't you love to do that yourself? This is fascinating. Well, thank you, Ken, so much. And every one of you in the audience is getting a copy of Ken's book, Field Guide to Snowflakes, and a very beautiful calendar featuring his photography. This is really beautiful. Oh, I love this. Look at this. It's fantastic. We'll be right back. Thank you so much.